do this from either the Corville Clinic, which I've been at lately, but my girlfriend's hospital, well, she's not. Same floor, different hospital. So she's like at the Children's Hospital, which is, you can just take the route around, but I'm not allowed in there. So the only time I can meet her is downstairs at the bread garden or in the cafeteria. So unless I'm actually visiting or a patient, they don't allow people back there. So anyway, like I said, my name is Zach, and every other week I'm just here and get this bladder insulation done, which is not pleasant. It's a DMSO. So what they do is they shove, push, gently glide a catheter in, and then they install this medicine. I'm having it done for years. It works. I can go for about 15 to 16 days now, which is a miracle. Usually happens at the Corville Clinic, but other times it's sometimes it's here. It's never at the Northgate Drive one. I thought I could figure that out. So, excuse me. So that's one and the same. Health-wise, I have this, and I have physical therapy every other week, and then I go on vacation like the first week in August, and we're gone for 12 days. So yeah, not looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. We lost our pastor yesterday. Our pastor is moving to Dubuque as part of this rearrangement by the Archdiocese of Dubuque. So, something my grandmother used to talk about all the time. She would talk about, like, different stuff going on with the church and the Archdiocese and the bishop. He's rearranged everything, and so we're getting the pastor from St. Joe's in Marion. He's going to go back and forth between St. Joe's and us. So, and then my previous pastor, who's been with us for 6 years, he's helped us through a lot of spiritual guidance from him. He's moving to Dubuque, where my family's from, and my grandfather, he actually built all the stained glass windows in the Holy Trinity Church in Dubuque. So, and that's where he's going. So, friends to him, good luck. I'm definitely gonna miss him. But we go to St. Thomas more now, more than St. E's. So, like, we were there on Saturday night, but we went to St. E's on Sunday morning because it was Father Gary's last day. So, anyway, that church always helps with me. It always helps take my anxiety, helps take everything away. Anxiety is really tough to get through. Normally I can sidestep it or just put on something like on YouTube, or watch any of the channels we have, which there's always something on. Tonight it's the World War II with Tom Hanks, so which I think it's like part 13 and 14, I think. So there's that. There's Peacock, just different stuff you can take away from the anxiety. Staff emergency again. So that beeping sound is when they have a staff emergency, and like everybody goes. She had one just like right when she was leaving, so the nurse or PAC or the nurse practitioner who did it. It's always a PAC or a nurse practitioner. My girlfriend's a nurse practitioner, and she strictly works in she always has scrubs on. She never dresses professionally unless she's there, just there for a meeting, and that's it. But I've never like seen her go in to work just for just not in scrubs. She always wears scrubs. So anyway, my health is going relatively good. My anxiety is peaking, not peaking. It always peaks. I always have anxiety attacks during the day. It affects my sleep, but my sleep is getting better ever since I got my Valium back, which he even says that I can't not be on that. I mean, she can't write a script for it because people would think otherwise, but she writes scripts for everything else, but it's just not that kind of med. There's somebody outside the door. Anyway, I just, so anyway, next week is, or a couple weeks from now, we're gonna be in a lot of the country, but, my stuff from Sharon Tate will be, getting to her grave, and then I have to renew for another year. So Christmas, her birthday, Easter, and the day of her death, her Memorial Day. So the time that she went up to heaven, well, we don't know if that's the actual day, but sometime after her funeral is when she probably went up to heaven. Yeah. I was hoping that Dr. Vollstead would come in. I haven't seen her in like ages. She's doing surgery today. But she's like one of my heroes, definitely. She's like one of the only urogynecologists on here. I'll leave a link below. You can see her doing a newscast. She did the e-coin. She actually put one in my left foot, left ankle. The scar's still there, and when the battery wears out, which is like 2 years from now, they'll reopen it and replace the battery. So that should always look forward to doing that. I tell you, it's not one thing, it's another with me. Constant appointments, constant dog appointments, cats appointments. Gotta take the cat to the vet, the dog to the vet. I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for changing the oil in our car, changing the brakes in our car. Yep, it never ends. It's always something. So there's that, and I might have a pet on my left side. My pelvic floor is acting up today. I woke up with pain. So, and she worked primarily on the right side last week, so that would totally make sense. As shout out to both of Popcorn in Bed and Cat Loves Watches Horror Movies. Both of them have come in pretty strong the last couple of weeks. We haven't really skipped them. Well, we did skip Pee-wee's Big Adventure because not my thing. Actually, today is the anniversary. So today is the day in 1977 was the blackout in New York City, when New York City went blackout. And if people remember, in 1977, it was the Son of Sam killings. And so the whole city would go blackout, and he would go hunting and look for couples parked in cars. And then he wrote people. I don't know how the dude saw it. He went after blondes or brunettes. I can't remember, and everybody would dye in their hair the opposite color. That's just craziness. How could he even see? He was schizophrenic. He thought some guy lived in his wall, for crying out loud. He thought he took orders from the dog that was barking next door. I don't understand it, but this day in 1977 was the first New York blackout, and it was the whole city just went completely black. And if you remember, on those days, the radio stations could not run on electricity, so all the turntables would just go. Yep. I remember reading about that. Anyway, it was a little before my time, just a tad. But anyway, I was talking to Eva a couple days ago, and she has been, like I said before, she's been more into Popcorn in Bed lately than I have. I can wait a few days to watch her not on Cat Watches Horror. I immediately want to watch it. With Popcorn in Bed, I can wait. Eva doesn't want to wait. She immediately wants to watch it, and I've been wondering why. And she said it happened after Always, that she actually saw Cassie as this mother and a sister, and she was a wife and a mother and a sister and a daughter, and she was this whole other person, and she was just not there to amuse us. And I was like, you just figuring that out now? I've been like since the very beginning. And she's like, well, I always knew it, but then, like, she humanized it when the always came on in her son. And she's like, it just reminded me of all those patients that I saw, all those parents that I see who are so gung-ho over their children. Like, they know every step, they want to know every detail, and I understand it. Like, I understood her for the first time. I got her. And, like, it's amazing to see, because she deals with so much crap, and people who don't want to act like they want to care about their kids, and they just don't want to be there, and they're spend most of the time in their cafeteria, the gift shop, or at home, and then they have to call them in. But the parents who actually care, who actually want to be there, are there nonstop, and are there even after they're allowed to be there, and they make exceptions. So I think it was just, it's kind of, she says it's kind of like a breath of fresh air, dealing with all that crap during the day, and then actually seeing that on TV, and somebody just lose it over their children, and she understood it, and she was like, then she went to confession. I was wondering why she went to confession. She went to confession, and got a lot of spiritual guidance, and she completely loves Cassie. She does. We don't know anything about Kat, and that's kind of the way I like it, but every time Cassie posts, she immediately wants to watch it. She's like, we're watching it tonight. And actually, Cassie's gonna be gone when we're gonna be gone. So, yeah, I'm waiting to see. They're gonna come and give me a 12 after. But, so, wow. I was kind of blown away by that. And I couldn't argue with her because she was right. But she warned me to stay off of that chat room extra butter, because the people over there just seem to be, well, 80 to 90% of them seem to be deviants, completely unhinged. To anybody who thinks that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a good movie for her, no. I'm sorry, but that movie would scar her for life. And people, they interpret things, they look at things the wrong way, they interpret things the wrong way, and it's just like, she's like, you just need to stay off of there. She's like, there's some good people on there who I think you've made friends with, but there's some other people on there who they think that Cassie is just there for their amusement. And it's like the same people who hide behind, who come up with fake names and who don't show their picture. It looks like they have something to hide. I mean, it's just absurd. She's like, they don't have their face showing because they're on some sex offenders registry somewhere, and they don't want us to see. I don't really doubt that, but I don't think that goes for everybody. I think you have a better screening process. Anyway, well, let's hope not. I don't want to think about that. It just makes a sensation up my spine, and I think of my nieces and nephews, and no. My second cousins, no. Anyway, so she loves PIB. She wants everything to do with this, but I told her to take a step back and just kind of relax on it and not take it so seriously. Like, she brought up the Fearless Vampire Killers, which she found in a box, and she was like, well, I was gonna give it to Cassie, but then I thought better of it and thought Roman Polanski's actually in this movie, and she's like, but the movie was always meant for her. You can't keep it if it was always meant for her. And so, yeah, okay. But I think she's gonna send up a parents movie, like, what is it called? Oh, it's got Chris Evans in it and McKenna Grace, The Gifted. I think she's gonna send that with it. I think we're gonna send it before we leave. Well, anyway, it's hitting the 15-minute mark. I gotta go. Shout out to Popcorn and Bed and watching 4 movies. We both love you guys. Keep up the good work. You guys are awesome. to everybody else, may you truly walk in faith with the Lord, and may you have a better relationship with Jesus every day. If anybody needs me, I'll be downstairs at Bright Garden. Call the weekend guy. I don't care.
That's it. I cannot work under these conditions. If anybody wants me, I'll be downstairs at McDougal's. Call the weekend guy. I don't care.